Is your barbering business missing a trick when it comes to making bookings easy? And is there a simple trick that you just can't quite see? My name is Connor, and today I speak with Nicki Soanes, Head of Operations at Salon Tracker, to find out. Nicki, hey, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you?
Hi Connor, I'm really well, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fantastic, thank you. It's so good to have you here on the very first Barber TV, I suppose we're going to call this.
Brilliant, thank you for having me.
Hey, it's my absolute pleasure. So first thing we're here to talk about today is Salon Tracker. Obviously, you're the head of operations.
Yeah, I am.
So introducing you to the barbering world, like what can you tell me about Salon Tracker?
So Salon Tracker has been running for nearly 15 years now. We started out as Studio Tracker back in 2008. Initially, it was sort of a tanning salon software predominantly, which is sort of where it got the name Studio Tracker from, because it was tanning studios. Sort of from there, we realised that there was such a large market for salon software. There was obviously demand in all different areas, all different types of salons. So over 2008 to 2014, the software was developed massively. So much so that it actually was rebranded in 2014 to Salon Tracker. So I joined the team in 2015, that April. So actually, a lot of our legacy clients will remember Studio Tracker. It's been quite nice for myself because I've actually been with the company for so long that I've seen the transition from Studio Tracker to Salon, and obviously seen all of the development as well. So over that time, we've created the online booking platform, got the online payments now, which is really useful. That's really taken off. Obviously, I'll talk a little bit about that later on, but it's really taken off with the online payments, especially since the pandemic. A lot of people needed an online platform just to be able to obviously have bookings and take the payments and deposits online, especially when the shops are closed. So I think it's been a really useful feature. So yeah, that's kind of a little bit of a background really about the software.
Well, I mean, that's really cool. So obviously you guys have been around for a real long time. I guess you could say that you guys are kind of like almost pioneers in this industry, specifically for the booking software, right?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, sort of 15 years now we've been in the industry. So I've been there myself, 7. So I've seen a lot change, a lot develop. But yeah, it's been really good. It's sort of a lot of exciting new features coming up as well. We've created so much since I've been there, so it's just been nice to sort of be involved with the whole development of it, really.
Wow, that's fantastic. Honestly, I'm impressed. I don't think I've done anything for 15 years. So, so today we're obviously talking naturally just about the actual booking process and how it all works. So, what can you tell me from a barbershop standpoint? If I was a barbershop owner, why would I want to use Salon Tracker?
So, for barbershop, I think the main thing is obviously the booking platform itself. It just helps to be able to keep a track of your bookings. It's just ease for the client as well, and they are able to make bookings now online as opposed to just in the salon. So I think the positive of that is it makes sure that your salon calendar is open even when the doors are closed. So for example, it might be that your barber's closed at 6, but then you've got clients that are looking online for an appointment tomorrow. They can literally see the availability in real time, and just go on their iPhone, on their tablet, whichever, and make that booking. So I think it's good that it updates in real time as well. So any last minute appointments, any gaps, they are now filled by having a salon software. Some other pointers that are good are the walk-in management that we've got. Especially for the barber industry, I think walk-in is quite important. We kind of started out with the walk-in for sort of like brow bars and sort of tanning studios and things initially, and then we realised actually that exact technology works really well for barbering. And I think that's kind of where we've sort of evolved in the barber market, because so many barber studios need a walk-in management software. And with the waiting list that we've got within our software as well, it's quite useful then to be able to keep a track of who's next in line, especially if you've got really busy barbers. Like I know a lot of them are sort of queuing out the door, loads of walk-ins. So I think for us, that was kind of a main feature that I think appealed to the barber industry, really.
That's fantastic. So like, what you're saying is, if I was a customer and I was like deciding all of a sudden 9 p.m. on a Friday that I wanted to get a haircut in a few days, I could just go on the app and I could like book it like that?
Yeah, literally go on the app, just select the date that you want, select the time, it'll bring you up all of the available appointments for that day. And even if you've got a preferred stylist as well, preferred barber, you can literally go on and check their availability as well.
That is ridiculously easy. I genuinely don't think I've seen anything like that in my entire life. Amazing.
Useful.
So you just mentioned that you could choose different barber slots as well. There are certain barbers, and you can see who's who. And
Yeah, so I think for a lot of people, if they've been going to the same barber for say, I don't know, 10, 15 years, they might have built a relationship with a specific barber where they always like to return to that particular barber, so they can actually check their column now and check their availability. So it's also good for if you've got any self-employed barbers as well within a large salon. We have quite a lot of salons that are like that as well, where it might be that the barber will market their column for a certain salon. So obviously they're able to then market their services, but it's just booking that specific barber if they are self-employed.
that's awesome. It kind of adds like a sense of like personality to it, right? Because you're like choosing who you want to go see.
Yeah, exactly that.
We're living in the future.
Add offers on if they've got any specific offers they want to add or anything like that. That can all be put on as sort of banners within the app as well, and their logo. It's kind of a bit of brand awareness and marketing as well, which is good.
So if there's like say you get a no-show, we all hate that dreaded word in the barbering industry, no-show, right? What happens in that instance? What goes on then?
One thing we do have built in for no-shows is the SMS appointment reminders. That's been kind of one of our built-in features since the beginning, to be honest. And it's still to this day one of the main no-show deterrents, to be honest. I think a lot of people still rely on the SMS reminders to actually notify people of their appointment. It does actually reduce the no-shows by about 60%, which is a lot, really.
That's amazing. I mean, I feel like I speak for, I'm not a barber myself, but I feel like I speak for all barbers when I say no-shows are some of the worst, right? So you guys are really looking after the barbers by doing something that fixes that, honestly.
Yeah, that's it. I think, yeah, with the reminders, and then more recently with the deposits as well, just by taking a really small percentage. I think once somebody sort of invested a little bit of money into an appointment, they're less likely to not show up for that. So that's really helped as well.
Yeah, I mean, I know that would convince me. So
yeah, that's it.
There are a lot of young barbering businesses out there that are going to try and grow their business and see how things go. So what sort of things can you offer like a developing barber business? Obviously, there are some high-end ones out there, but what can you do for like the lower range ones?
So we have a specific solo package. So say you've got a barber that is just starting out, they might have their own shop, but it might just be themselves, or they might be running it from home or mobile. We do our enterprise package for half the price. So it basically just gets them starting out. They still get the online booking platform. They get the ability to have the online payment. They still get sort of all the main features you would need for running and managing a barber business. But obviously it just gives you that bit of time to get built up. And then once they do start establishing a business, if they do start employing other barbers, then that's when they'll move to the next package. But yeah, we do the solo just to kind of help out with the starter package, really.
That's fantastic. I feel like people would be a fool almost not to use this, right? So, so you have your apps, you have your specific notifications and special timers and things like that. That's all amazing stuff. Are there any other key features you guys have that really kind of make it stand out from the crowd?
Yes, so we've got for barbering specifically, we've got a check-in as well. So I think for your barbering, if you've got the walk-in management, you can then check in the client once the client arrives to the appointment. So that's just basically, if you've got a really busy salon, you've got a lot of people waiting, it just kind of shows you on the calendar who is next in line, and it just makes sure that the therapist knows that that client is now checked in and ready. I think it's just kind of keeping on top of it. If you're really busy, it's just to kind of help manage it a little bit further, really. Then we've got the online app, obviously for the clients, but we also have an online app for our barbers as well. So that is called Site View, and that basically just gives the barbers the ability to view all the reports from home, all of the calendars, and they can edit and update appointments from that as well. So it's kind of just giving them the ability to be able to kind of manage the business from wherever they are, really, rather than needing to be actually at the location itself. And then we also do a HQ, which is useful for anyone that has a multi-site business. I mean, all of our barbers can use it, but especially if they've got sort of 2 or 3 sites or more, they can oversee each of those sites from one main headquarters machine. So it could be on a laptop or something. They can just run all the reports from one machine. So it just makes it, again, a little bit easier to track and manage.
Man, you guys really are just putting the power in the barber's hands, aren't you? Gosh.
That's it. I think it's just, giving the barbers the ability to be able to track things when they're away from the location. That was kind of what we wanted to do for both the barbers and the clients, is just improve the ease of running the business. Obviously for clients, ease of booking, the barbers, obviously the ease of the organisation and the management of the business itself.
I wish I had something like this in my day-to-day life. All I've got is a boring diary. So have you got any like particular clients or stories or testimonials, people that you've worked with who you think can say something really good about your Salon Tracker?
So we actually did you might remember actually, it was last August, September time, we did a case study with Lunico.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And they've just said that the systems really helped sort of improve their business organisation. They said that the no-shows have actually reduced, which is obviously something we were just chatting about. They've actually seen a reduction in no-shows since using the system, which is brilliant. And then their clients have actually said that they really like the system because it's got a history on there. So I think if they purchase sort of any retail products or anything like that, or any specific treatments, colours, anything like that, it's all now stored on the client card. So I think that's obviously works really well for them. So I think they're quite happy with the system. So yeah, they're a really good client as well, really nice to work with.
Fantastic. So you mentioned just then client card. Is that something within the app? What is that?
Yes, that's actually within the software itself. So when clients come into the barbers, they will register either with the barbers themselves at the shop, or they can do an online registration through their mobile, either just registering their details and then they can either sign disclaimers when they come into the salon, or we can also upload a terms and conditions online. They can all be completely done digitally if they want, or they can actually have a signature in the salon. So it's kind of, it differs really as to what people prefer. Some people prefer to see the client actually sign a disclaimer in the shop. Others are quite happy for it to be online. But either way, we can do registration actually in the shop itself or through an online app. And then that all kind of gets stored in the system itself. So then when clients come into the shop, the barbers can literally search their details and it will just pop up all their information.
You guys are just thinking of everything at this point. I don't even know where I'd begin. That's fantastic. So I think we're coming to a close here right now. Are there any general thoughts you want to tell us about Salon Tracker?
I think just sort of let people know we do a free 2-week trial. It is no obligation as well. So if people do want to have a look at our software, it's literally a free fortnight, just to try it out, see how you feel, how you find it. It's obviously kind of no obligation to sign up. So it's a really good way just to see how a software can help improve your business. I think even if you're just thinking about it, but you're not quite ready, it's just good to give it a try. Just kind of see how it can help you really, because we do also get 50 free texts with all trials. So again, it might just help just to see how it can reduce your no-shows or just use them for a bit of marketing. But yeah, I would just want to let everyone know that we do the free 2 weeks.
That's amazing. So is there anything that you'd like to plug coming up, or maybe you want to share where we can find you guys?
Yeah, so you can find us on our website, which has actually just been relaunched literally 2 weeks ago. So we've just completely revamped the whole site. And we have a specific barber page as well, so that'll have all of our information on and our features that are specific to barbers. So our website is www.salontracker.co.uk. And then we are Salon Tracker Limited on Twitter, Salon Tracker on Facebook, and Salon Tracker Software on Instagram. And you'll find a lot of our content is on Instagram because we're quite active on there. We'll probably use that for most to kind of chat to clients and things. And we do also update our news page every fortnight. We update just kind of any news that we've got, anything that's going on, blog posts, things like that. So keep up to date with us on there. That is on our website, on our news page.
Perfect. Well, Nicki, thank you so much for coming and chatting with me today. It's been great.
No, it's been great. Thank you very much for having me. It's been really nice to catch up.